Oh, what's up, dudes? Come on in, have a pizza. Have a piece of pizza, man. I make that deep dish pizza in the cast iron skillet. It's delicious. Gotta get good dough, though, man. Better off going with some dough from the old bakery, but, you do what you gotta do. Every once in a while I get the primal urge to cast my mind back in times to the simpler days of Commander. Spend a few minutes talking about the legends that get lost in the sands of time, brother. It's a shame. We get so many legends every year now, and they just get glazed over in the frantic rush to buy Hasbro executives a new Porsche. Not so here at Better Commander. I can't even buy a damn Hot Wheels Porsche. So subscribe to the channel, brother. No sponsors, no dark money, no oligarchs paying me to shill. It's all grassroots support, and we love every single one of you guys. Doing this channel for a while, sometimes I forget if I've covered a card before. It's the natural consequence of longevity combined with dementia, so let me know in the comments if I've covered this one. And that's Eruth, Tormented Prophet, 1 blue and a red for a legendary creature, human wizard. It's a 2/4. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead, you may play those cards this turn. She is cursed with visions of monsters and suffering, and all her visions come true. I love this card, love the value, love the showcase art. It's monochrome, it's evocative. She's seeing demons, brother. She's got that Tormented Prophet energy. It's kind of a classic Storm Commander. That ability to see so many cards is amazing. It's very concentrated on paying off and casting lots and lots of spells. It's a bit of a different flavor because you aren't doing normal spell slinger stuff with instants. You aren't holding up mana to cast spells and things like that because your hand is not going to be super stocked. It's like exile 4 cards, cast 2 things, to exile 4 cards, cast 3 things, to exile 3 cards, etc., etc. Take a card like Frantic Search, right? 2 and a blue for an instant, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, untap up to 3 lands. So you're seeing 4 more cards, brother. Discard whatever's left in your hand, or discard nothing because you haven't drawn any cards all game. See 4 cards, cast more stuff. Listen, you gotta pay all that off with your classic damage effects like Gutter Snipe. This guy's been around, man. I prefer the old robed creep in the alley, but he's got a couple different arts for whatever theme you're going for. Thankfully, there are tons of effects like this, including the incredibly cute Coruscation Mage. Look at that little pooky boy. He's a cute little boy. He brings his damn son along with him. It's beautiful, brother. Magic is a family game. An Eruth build kind of captures the frantic energy around a lady who's seeing demons and is barefoot in a damn insane asylum. There's also a version from Dracula. If you want to get into that, the old Renfield here. Alright, let's turn over to Gruul here for a fascinating old man. He's got a beard full of dreadlocks. Probably a couple half-smoked joints hidden in that beard, man. I got a story about that, but I'll tell it another day. We got Yarus, Roar of the Old Gods. This guy's 2 red and a green. Legendary creature, Centaur Druid. It's a 4/4. Other creatures you control have haste. Whenever one or more face-down creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Whenever a face-down creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. If it's a permanent card, then turn it face up. Man, that's wild, dude. That's a ton of value if you end up sacrificing things for value. Some manifested card or disguised card. It's a little parasitic when the Murders in Karloff manner disguise mechanics, but it works well with Morph and Manifest and Cloak and Megamorph and Mighty Morph and Power creatures. It really needs that value, man, because Morph cards aren't usually that great. This guy looks like somebody's dad, man, Yarus. Now, where this card shines is with some big swinging cards like a Chroma Angel of Fury. It's a big old 6/6 with flying trample, protection from white and blue, and a power pump for 1 red mana. Got that fire breathing, brother. So if I cast it face down for 3, I bang in, right? Do they block it, take the 2 damage, let you draw a card, or do they kill it and risk a big beater coming back in? It's a conundrum, and it's fun without being overpowered. I do have a morph deck, and it punches above its weight class due to the hidden nature of the morphs and how they can turn up basically at any time. And of course, you can pack in some tricky stuff like this, the Hauntwood Shrieker. This is 1 green, creature beast mutant, just like me. It's a 3/3. Whenever that attacks, manifests dread. So you look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, the other into your graveyard. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Has 1 and a green, reveal target face down permanent. If it's a creature card, you may turn it face up. You can do that at instant speed too, brother. Love the design on this mutant. And since these face down mechanics are a little underloved, it's very cheap as well. All the cards around Morph and Cloak and all that stuff, pretty cheap cards. Alright, let's move along here to a mono black bald legend. Surrounded by its bald fellow acolytes, this is an uncommon and a sweet budget reanimator, Whisper, the Blood Liturgist. This guy's 3 and a black for a legendary creature, human cleric. It's a 2/2. Has tap, sacrifice 2 creatures, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Look how they beg for the knife. The Demon Lord has trained them well. You have these great cards to get things into the graveyard. Black, Violent Tumor, Stitcher Supplier for a little self-mill. We got big reanimator targets like Butcher and Malik here. Listen man, whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. This is a great choice for this deck. But in black, man, you also have these great creatures that come in with these little tokens, like the old Chittering Witch. This card just goes wild in these types of decks. When it enters, create a number of 1/1 black rat creature tokens equal to the number of opponents you have. So assuming a 4-player pod, you get 3 little rats, dude. It also has 1 in black, sacrifice a creature, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. That last ability has saved my bacon so many times. The unique thing about Whisper is that you can activate it at instant speed. It's not a lot of reanimator effects that you can activate at instant speed. And if someone targets Whisper, sacrifice him and another creature in response, get back that Vile Mutilator. I had never seen this, man, but I was looking at Duskmourn and I was just like, man, check out this Vile Mutilator, brother. 5 black for a creature demon, it's a 6/5. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or enchantment has flying and trample. When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a non-token enchantment of their choice, then sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. That's value right there, brother. Rad looking card. If you get it back from the graveyard, you don't have to worry about that additional casting cost. Alright man, we did some mono black with Whisper. Let's get straight into some elves here. Mono green, from bald weirdos straight into these beautiful haired elves. Dude, I'm always so jealous of the elves with their beautiful long locks, dude. They usually have blonde flowing locks. Jealous. I'm leaning into Duskmourn in this episode a little bit. It's still that spooky time of year, man, and Duskmourn was a banger set. So take a look at this guy, Tyvar the Pummeler. This guy's 1 green, 3 mana, legendary creature, elf warrior. It's a 3/3. Tap another untapped creature you control. Tyvar gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. It's got a little protection there. 3 green. Creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. You can do that at instant speed as well. They just keep coming and coming. Perfect for my morning workout. This guy's morning workout is just bashing Phyrexians. This goddamn card is great, man. Compare it with Azuri's ability. 2 green. Elf creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Now that just affects elves. You have less pump, but more elf direction to build into, and you get trample. You know? You want that trample, brother. But with Tyvar, you aren't required to stay in elves, though you could if you wanted to. That pump, though, man, is incredible. Get a couple big dinos out there. That's a lot of pump, dude. Just put creatures in there with their own evasion. Get the World Spine Worm out there. Suddenly your Ornithopter of Paradise is banging in for lethal damage. Now Tyvar, this 3 mana banger, is only like $2 to $3. Seems really easy to build. You have all kinds of green utility creatures and beaters out there like Soul of the Harvest, Woodfall Primus. How about this fella? The Rampaging Brontodon. 5 green creature dinosaur. It's a 7/7 with trample. Whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each land you control. Amazing. This card's like 15 cents. Unbelievable. I mean, just activate Tyvar after he attacks and it's beefcake bonanza balls. Alright, last sleeper commander here. This card is amazing. It's a doozy for 25 cents. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark, man. We're mining Duskmourn one more time for a blue and a black legendary rat ninja wizard. It's a 2/2 with menace. Whenever Nashi deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put any number of legendary and or enchantment cards from among them into your hand. If you put no cards into your hand this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Nashi. But if you build your deck right, you're putting in all of those cards, or at least most of them. Listen, man, people sleep on this card because it's a 2/2. It's basically nothing, you know? But if you build this right, it's incredibly consistent. And I build it right, dude. That's what my wife says, brother. My ex-wife. This deck is all about auras and legends. There are so many cards like Arcane Flight. 1 blue mana. That's it. Enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. That's pretty incredible. 1 freaking mana for that. So turn 3, you pop this on Nashi. It's banging in for 3 in the air, and your hand is restocked. So much so you want to include some reanimator auras. If you got the money, put in Animate Dead, Necromancy. You're going to be so full in the hand, you'll be discarding things by end of turn, and it's a May ability, so you don't even have to put them in your hand anyway if you want them to go to the graveyard. So if you want to leave a Demon of Fate's Design or a Fear of Sleep Paralysis right in the graveyard, you can do it, brother. Now there's some older enchantment creatures like the Theros Gods if you got big money bags out there, and there are some new ones like the Final Fantasy Saga creatures like Shiva. You're summoning up Shiva, brother. I wish I could summon up a beautiful lady, man, make her clean my house or something, make me a sandwich. 3 blue, enchantment creatures, Saga Elemental, it's 4/5. Or, have a wonderful conversation with her. Women aren't just here for cleaning the house and making sandwiches, dude. You can sit there and talk about philosophy, Talk about why flower petals look the way they do. Because I don't know that, brother. And maybe Shiva does. So, this is a saga. Chapters 1 and 2, Heavenly Strike. Tap target creature and opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Chapter 3, you got Diamond Dust, brother. I mean, listen, man, this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You get that Diamond Dust out there. Draw a card for each tapped creature your opponents control. Let us summon a sea in a new dream world. In any case, these little pump and evasion auras are going to carry you in Nashi. You have a huge pump auras, a little more expensive like Octopus, Umbra. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 8/8. And has whenever this creature attacks, you may tap target creature with power 8 or less. This makes your commander a damn knockout blow. Makes it a little more viable to get that commander damage. Now how about Nerd Rage? Pack in some Nerd Rage, man. Back in the 80s, we had this movie called Revenge of the Nerds. And there was this guy Ogre on there who would go, "Nerds!" and then beat the hell out of the nerds. But by the end of the movie, man, he had joined the nerd side because of how smart they were. They basically won him over. In any case, man, when this aura enters, draw 2 cards. Enchanted creature has, you have no maximum hand size, and whenever this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, it gets +10/+10 until end of turn. Having 10 cards in hand becomes more and more likely as the game goes on with a big Nashi. It's an interesting build, and really something that surprises people with how diesel it can get. Nashi kind of mitigates the disadvantage of having aura decks, the old 4 for 1. If you get old Swords to Plow on this guy, you got 4 auras on, it's like, damn, I'm screwed. Well, you're not. You got a huge grip of cards, and Nashi only costs 2 mana, so it's coming back in for 4. You win by attrition. And that's 5 sleeper commanders for you for today, man. These are all sleepers, incredible cards, and impressive builds for your commanders out there. You dudes are out there, you deserve a little break, man. Watch some better Commander, take your shoes off, dude. Take your feet off if you want to. Even if you have vehement disagreements online, just be kind, be respectful, and be helpful. Calling somebody names like a doofus, that's hurtful, brother. Don't call people a doofus. We have some great discussions on the Discord and in the comments. Sometimes I'm down there, I'm seeing people just kind of respectfully disagreeing with each other, but egging each other on and having a good time. And that's better Commander, dude. You bros are amazing. Nikki G, signing off.